Okay, there we have it. It's now 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock on the East Coast, and check your calendar and watch for whatever it is where you are. Thank you for being here. This is the weekly webinar for my JV partners. Some of them are unable to attend. In fact, I don't see any of them on the call at this point. So we'll wait and see if anybody shows up. I do have some things to talk about on my own. And later on in the call, I'll be getting your questions for certain things if you have them. So be prepared to use the question box for any questions you might have. Right now, up on the screen, I've got Avish's website, which is speakingexpert.com. And he is frequently here, so I put that up. And then Bill DeWeese, who has been extremely busy and can't make it today either, I don't think. Voiceover training, voice-over-training, and he's one of my JV partners. And there are others as well, but I don't see anyone on the call. I'll have to scold them at some point in the future. I wanted to share with you something that happened just a couple days ago that's pretty relevant, which is frequently I will have people who inquire about, so the issue is people inquire about becoming my JV partners, and then, whatever. Nothing happens, whatever. And frequently people will even sort of get started, they'll sign contracts, and then something will happen, life gets in the way. And so what I've learned is that I used to get sort of annoyed or angry at them, and I've given that up. And in the last 3 or 4 or 5 months, I've really seen some good examples of why that works better to pursue it that way. I see Avish is just about to get on the call here. And as soon as he's in, I'll talk to him directly. Avish, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Brad?
Good. I was just talking to people about two things that happened to me with JV partners over within the last 48 hours, and another issue that came up within the last few months. And it's kind of interesting because people often inquire about becoming a JV partner. Some of them then actually sign contracts, and even after they do that, then sometimes life gets in the way and they can't do certain things, et cetera, et cetera. Well, as it turns out, recently I've got some kind of a I'm getting some kind of a weird feedback, I think, on your side of each. There's some kind of an echo or something. Yeah, it's
You
weird.
still hearing it?
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, I don't. It's not significant. So anyway, what I was going to say is that people would, and here are the two examples. One person had, yeah, I'm still hearing a lot of weird, it's sort of like a delay from what I'm saying. Huh. You may want to try and call in again.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah, try it. So I'll wait till Avish gets back here to then get going with this. But what I'm saying is that there have been examples where people have become JV partners, they've signed contracts, etc., and there have been various things that have gotten in the way. Number one was personal slash family issues, and the other one is just time and career, let's just say, issues. Avish, you there?
I'm back here.
I do not hear it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So I'm saying the two things that happened, personal and family issues. I had a guy who did the personal boot camp, and what happened was he had some family and personal issues that happened, and it has now been probably at least 3 to 4 months since he came, and and everything was put on hold. And what I'm trying to get at here is that frequently my normal reaction in the past might have been to get kind of like annoyed and angry at people, but instead I did something different, which is I was pretty patient and just sort of waited things out. Now, with this other one, with time and career issues, I had somebody who signed a contract with me 18 plus months ago. And, I was getting kind of annoyed. And but I just was patient. I had a chance to speak with him over the last 48 hours, and not only is he back on track, he's back on track in a big way. And what he said made a lot of sense, and I don't think he would mind my sharing some of the stuff because it's relevant to everyone. And maybe Avish, I can have you and everybody else put their heads together on this one because this is interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
what happened was, I don't know if you remember a guy named Elliot Connie. Do you remember Elliot?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, well, Elliot just went sort of a little bit on hiatus because we were thinking about putting together videos for therapists, and the videos for therapists would be used, and he had a specific kind of training that he wanted to share with everyone. I think it's called solution focused therapy, and so I had some of those domains ready to go. Everything was ready, et cetera, et cetera. And then for some reason, lots of things happened, and we didn't. But so we got together, and we've now got some other ideas that are, I think, pretty powerful as it relates to the therapy community. And basically, what we're thinking of putting together requires the following. And I'll give you some of the specs, Avish, and maybe you can sort of help me in terms of figuring this out, because I think it would be applicable for any and all information marketers. But here's the basic idea. So,
Oh, and by the way, I'm not sure if you're sharing anything on your screen, but I still have the title screen and not your screen.
oops, my bad. How's that?
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
My apologies there, folks, if you didn't see the screen. And there you have it now. So here's what was going on. So now picture videos for therapists. So we wanted to videos for therapists using, and this is using actors. But instead of just sticking to one modality of therapy, we're going to have multiple modalities, and we're going to have multiple gurus. And just to add, sort of a touch of additional wrinkle to this, in terms of the search function within these videos, wherever they're hosted, we want to have obviously sortable by quote unquote problem or issue. So picture this. You can go to a site you can go to a site where if you want to learn about, and there are different forms of therapy. Let me just show you a few that I know. RET, that's one form of therapy. Then there is Freudian. There is cognitive behavioral, which is, RET almost falls into that. But there are a whole bunch of other modalities. There's Jungian, I think. And there's there's about anywhere from 10 to 15 major types of therapy modalities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so imagine if you had, and then there are also various gurus in the therapy field, people like Elliot and people like Bill O'Hanlon. So let's just call them, Guru 1, Guru 2, Guru 3, all the way down to Guru 10, let's just say. Now, each of these gurus use a different modality, or many of them may use a different modality, and they also deal with different issues and problems. So those issues might be substance abuse, relationship problems. They may be family, family issue, whatever, those kinds of things. So now, what we're looking for is to do this, is to take all these videos, shoot them, and create a lot of videos in a lot of different modalities, using, in many cases, a lot of different gurus, and then tag each of the videos with what problem or problems they deal with in that particular video. So each video, probably anywhere from, let's say, 50 to 60 minutes in length. And we want people to either be able to subscribe to a sort of a one-fee one fee, unlimited viewing, or a la carte. So, this is something that when I talked to Dave Hamilton yesterday, Avish,
Mm-hmm.
he said that wish list just isn't a good solution for this.
Really?
No, it really isn't meant for doing this kind of thing. So then I started looking around, and I started to go online, and let me just show you some of the stuff that I went to pay per view hosting. And so I found, what did I found? I found this company. And I still haven't called them yet. I'm going to call them later today. So this company is called Audio Web, and I think they might be doing the kind of thing I want, but I'm really not sure. But what I want to be able to do, and Avish, just so you understand it, because I want to enlist your help on this, because I think this could be applicable to all JV partners, whether now or in the future. So the idea is to have videos that are hosted, either hosted by them or maybe hosted somewhere else on Amazon. But I want to be able to have people, and now the thing about it is I want to be able to have people watch them in a streaming fashion, watch streaming, and then pay for watching or pay for monthly viewing or whatever. And I want those people to be able to then go onto the system and insert in the search engine or search function within there, either by guru, by modality, or by problem. And be able to, just watch that video once off if they want to do the individual views or whatever. So, Avish, with your background, maybe you can help me. What am to use my search pay-per-view hosting? It's not that I really need hosting because I prefer to host these on Amazon, but I need some kind of a gateway or a ticket taker to do what I'm trying to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you would call that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I phrase that to look it up on Google.
Yeah, I suspect that if I call these guys and explain to them what I'm trying to do, they might be able to help me, or point me in the right direction. Would you think that's probably true? Because it looks like these guys do pay-per-view, make money selling your audio and video content with our turnkey system, broadcast live webcasting services. I don't really need that. Simulated live, but I bet that I'm probably getting warm going to these guys, perhaps.
Yeah, I would think so. Now, the a la carte, that's, would they be able to watch it just for a month, or is that, if they buy an a la carte video, that's, they can watch it as long as they want?
Well, my thought is the a la carte video allows them to watch it once and they're done.
Okay.
And then, of course, the issue would be I need reports that tells me who is watching which videos, because the compensation for the gurus 1 through 10 would be based on a model of sort of, compensating by view. So if their videos became really popular, they would be getting a bigger check than the person who only gets 3 or 4 people a month or whatever who go watch their video. Make sense?
Yeah.
And so then my thought was to keep with my philosophy of kind of being fair in my compensation. My idea was that 50% of the net revenue derived from any video would be given to the guru behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that would, I think, so my idea would be 50% of the net to the guru after all production costs were paid. Now, I'm beginning to sound a little bit like the story that I always tell about The Godfather, which is Godfather, incredibly successful movie, but according to Hollywood accountants, has yet to make money. So I'm worried for the gurus that let's just say that our cost of production per video is 2,500. Obviously, that 2,500 in this scenario that I'm describing would have to be paid off before the guru gets any of it, and then there would be a 50-50 split of net revenues. And I think my thought is that we can get a bunch of these people, but I think that this model is something that could work with a number of the JV partners. And so now I'm trying to figure out, let me just go through the various elements of it. So first off, you need hosting for the videos with the ability to stream. That is something that Amazon does wonderfully well and cheap. You then need, I would think, and again, you're like the computer person, you're an engineer, database to keep track of the videos as well as the people who come to watch, the customers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need some kind of a payment gateway or system for both unlimited and a la carte viewing. Now, I think that's all that really needs to be done to make this work. I don't really think it's more complicated than that. Do you think I'm missing anything there?
No, I don't think it's. I think that sounds like about it. It's if you can find a provider that does those second two, then it's not complicated at all. The complicated part would be if you had to kind of build that out yourself.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I don't want to get into the business. And when I ran this by Sabrina, my wife, who is similar to Avish in terms of her background, sort of an engineering type, she said, you do not want to get into the business, and I agree with her, of creating software to make this happen.
Right.
And plus, I think it's the kind of thing where off-the-shelf software is probably available. I'm not the only one that probably wanted to do this. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I think the challenge is figuring out what the search terms are to get there. Or like you said, you can ask around and ask these people. Maybe they know.
Yeah, that's my thought. My thought is that it really is one of those things where I don't really know what this would be called other than where I put in pay-per-view hosting and I got this company Audio Web. And if I go back, there's other things that come up, pay-per-view source. I don't know what terms I would use. I'm really not sure what terms I would use to get to the people that would like, video. God, I'm drawing a blank when it comes to this. So if anybody has any ideas that's on the webinar and you want to shoot me something, if you understand what I'm trying to say here, if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them because I'm really stumped on what to do. So we need hosting for videos, and that can be done on Amazon. So that's really not what we need, although I put in hosting for pay-per-view videos. But we do need to have a database which sort of inventories all the available videos and then categorizes them within the various parameters I've just described, and then also a system for displaying them so that people can either watch them once or watch them as much as they want or watch any videos as much as they want. And I think that's kind of, now the other thing is that we need a reporting system, which I haven't put here, which is a reporting system to see how many people watched which videos so that we can compensate the players. And so I guess I've sort of laid it out as well as I can, and I'm hoping that I can figure out where to find this because I don't really know what to call this. But so and I think this kind of thing, is something that, let's put it into the speaking world for a second. If we put it into the speaking world, it would be, let's just think about this. So in the speaking area, I'll just, we would obviously have sort of so gurus, plenty, 1 through 50. Topics, plenty, 1 through 100. And then the issues or problems, sortable, that would be very doable as well. So the idea here would be that we could recruit, all the other kinds of speaking gurus who are out there, get either their existing videos or record new videos, put them on one platform, have them be sortable by either guru or topic or issue, and then compensate them based on viewing. Now, all that assumes traffic. That's the big assumption. But Avish, I think it is something that could be useful for everyone, don't you?
I do. I mean, it's kind of an enterprise unto itself.
Okay, let me see here. I've got somebody who's got Stephen. Okay, so Stephen is pointing out. Okay, Stephen is pointing this out. Let me see if I can get there. I'm going to go just to the general URL, Stephen. Universal class.com. Okay, so Stephen says universal class, so we could then go, he's saying psychology classes online, featured courses, and have you used this site, Stephen? Is this something you've used, or you just did you just find it and think, let me go to therapy and treatment here. Courses, meditation. Okay, so then I wonder if, let me just see if they allow me. Now he just found it, but he is a therapist. Okay. Yeah, the idea here is that, there would be, this would be a specific to just one of these niches down the side, but this might be worth checking into. Let's just see, join now or log in. Let me see how, they don't have a how this works kind of deal, which is kind of odd to me. So log in and join. Okay, let's see. We join now, enter email address, blah, blah, blah. What am I getting now? Let's see here. So it does give you CEUs, which is good. Go at your own pace. Start right now. Okay, pay one time for a course and you have 6 months to finish it, or pay $189 for a yearly subscription. Take any course you want, as many courses you want. This is very similar to what we're looking for here. Pay one time for a course and you have 6 months to finish it, or pay $189 for a yearly subscription, which brings up the fact that if somebody buys a video, they probably shouldn't be able to just view it once. They should probably be able to have it in their viewable material for a period of time. Yeah, this is kind of similar to what we're trying to do. Somebody else found the answer. Yeah. So now we're saying, Doug is saying you need to think generically in terms of content access system. Let me just see if he gives. Okay, let me try this. So this is, Doug is saying we take a look at tinypass.com. Okay, so let's see here, Doug. I'm checking this out. TinyPass. What is it all about? TinyPass. I like the name. Team of refugees from advertising design and Vancouver came together because we believe in digital revolution. More than one bookstore, more than one music store. Okay. So I take it you have. Let's try the about. Okay. No. Okay. Our mission. We believe that people can't change immediately. So amazing software. Okay, so explain to me what it is. People have said some great things about us. Check out a few below, or check out even more on our blog. Okay, so I can kind of, they're in New York City. I head to New York tomorrow. I can always go there and talk to them. Maybe. Oh. Okay, I like this. Thank you. Thank you. Read the section on access control. Okay. From the main page. Access control. Okay, let me just go back to the main page, or the home page, I take it. Access control. Let me see where that is. Okay. Okay. So you're saying this one. Let me just say, a charge for pay-per-view, page access, download subscriptions, and more. Our API lets you implement a huge variety of models to fund that. You know what? It sounds like I should definitely meet with these guys when I go to New York. This online business model for digital content. Yeah, I think this could be it. Thank you. Again, great way to find out information and answers. Just crowdsource it. So TinyPass looks pretty interesting. So I'm going to check these guys out. Thank you, Doug. If I go see them, I will report and give you, of course, all the credit. In terms of dollar value to you, undetermined at this point. Let's see. Thank you, though. I really appreciate it. So this is interesting and might be just what I'm looking for. Let's see here. Let's click on our API and see what they have to say. TinyPass is a simple, flexible tool that allows web publishers to manage access to their premium content without changing their site's existing structure. Our flexible platform can be used to monetize your digital content in a way that makes sense for your site and your audience. Charge for access to one piece of content or an entire section. Set prices as low as 2 cents and easily adjust your approach. How about payment? How it works, features. A la carte, access and bundles. Nice. Time-based access, nice. Multiple price options, nice. Metered browsing, custom pricing, price when upgrades, upsells, split pay, recurring bill. I like this, very good. I'm just wondering if this needs to be hooked in. How does payment work? So, pay what you want. This is good. Yeah, this could be just what I want. I click on videos. Let's see what it says here. Yep, I like it. I like it, and I'm sure that this is getting us moving in the right direction. Good deal. Excellent. So that, again, proving that you can often get the best information from people who are already knowledgeable about something you have nothing to know about. So, Avish, let's talk a little bit about, so speaking expert, let's talk a little bit about site and numbers and stuff. I know that you had some time where you took off. Have you seen, again, any increases in traffic?
I haven't checked the absolute latest numbers, but not really.
So let's just call it.
And like I said, I'm kind of doing that. I'm still getting people trickling in from that teleseminar I did last week. So yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely losing some kind of steam and momentum on me. I mean, I'm still blogging regularly, but I kind of.
Well, I mean, it would be a whole different thing if you kept blogging regularly, and we saw an increase in traffic and an increase in sales, because obviously that would be an incentive to you, me, us to continue.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
To continue doing what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So this is all about, basically a little bit of a frustration with lack of results, and first results being traffic, second results being revenue.
Right, and it's like I'm okay, having done and tried, but it's been 6 months or so, and you're still doing it for a little while, and based on the fact, like, it'd be one thing if you were seeing tremendous results and I was doing it enough, then it'd be like, all right, maybe it's just tweaking the approach, but as far as I know, you're not seeing tremendous results from it yet either, right?
Absolutely. Although I'll tell you I just had a conversation with our buddy Dave Hamilton yesterday, and Dave is telling me that that they are having what they are doing, which is an interesting model. Their model is this, and let's just see if I go to and Google this, whether or not it works. RV rentals Tampa. And apparently, I don't know if this might be his site. Although I doubt it. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to stimulate and get companies to pay for leads. And apparently he's been finding ways to, within a matter of, he said that in as little as 48 hours, he started generating leads after a site has been put up that he then sort of sells to so picture this. You're an RV rental company. You spend money on marketing and advertising. This way, in this particular way, they generate the leads for you. And when they create the leads and they generate the leads, they get a call. And that call and all the information is then turned over to you. And you pay when the person makes a sale. So the average, profit on one of these RV rentals is, I don't know what it is, but at least, it could be maybe $200-300, maybe more. So let's just say that their profit is $300 per rental, and I think that Dave is charging them something like $20 per lead. So whatever it is, the calculus is how much is the lead, and how much does it give me in terms of dollars? And he's got one company I think in the Tampa area, which is where he's from, which is paying him a total of about $2,000 last month for those leads. Now, if he can do it, and I don't know if this is one of those local business things that works, or if it's a generic way in which you can generate traffic within a niche. But I would be curious to turn him loose on some of the stuff that we do. Because you and I, if we were doing one of our events where people were, say, paying $1,500 per person, we'll give them $300 per lead that turns into a sale, or more. And so I'm curious to talk to him more about that and find out how that works. But it's something that apparently he's figured out, how to do that, and it's working well. I don't know if it's just something that works locally or whatever. On the poker front, speaking of that, I did have a guy come over and who gave me an individual poker lesson for 2 hours. And
how did that go?
It went well, and then he and I agreed that we would put together, a course where we could basically set up poker tables and have a 3-hour session on either, pick a couple of days right before the weekend or Friday morning, Thursday night, at a local hotel, and have up to 8 people and train them on how to play poker quickly and get them going. So that's, sort of my thought on that is, how do we do that? So that's another thing that I was thinking of, is that this kind of a thing could be used for that. So anyway, I will find out from Dave what he's doing there, and I'm a little bit concerned with, with Speaking Expert that we're not. How many people are we still getting? A pretty good number of people who are downloading the ebook. What's the latest number on total numbers here?
Yeah, I mean it's up to like now with the signups from the teleseminar, it's up to like 3,500 is what I send it out to. But I don't know what it is with this site. It's getting a lot of like kind of spammy signups. So the last couple of e-zines that I've sent out, I've only gotten like a 4% open rate. So the list only has like Even with 3,500 going out, there's only 1 to 200 who seemed actually remotely interested in it.
Got it.
Now that might be higher. I haven't sent one out since this teleseminar, so I'm hoping I'll get a greater number of opens just because I'm assuming those will be of a higher quality.
Well, let's try and do some kind of a really inexpensive deal for 48 hours. Let's give them.
I was thinking about doing that because it's my birthday on Friday, and I usually do some kind of a deal. I was thinking about doing it's my 40th, so I was thinking about doing one of our products, which is usually $100, and we're offering it for $40.
Let's do it. Let's do any product they want for $40.
Okay.
$40 until the end of the day on Friday.
Yeah, I can send that out tomorrow. I'm trying to think about the logistics of what I would need to do to set that up on the back end.
I don't think we need to do anything other than the following. You just need to, let me think here. Maybe what we need to do is set up, how many total products do we have? Ballpark?
Right now, like 3 or 4, I think.
Okay, so 3 or 4, set up 3 or 4 new links, duplicate the content, and make them the $40, and then disable them after the Friday. So set up a new link from Web Marketing Magic that has a $40 price tag but has the exact same content, or just go into your existing thing and go into this is the best way. Yeah, go into your existing database, your web marketing database, change the price, and then change it back on Friday.
Yeah, that might be the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I like it. And then next time we can hear what the results are. So now, what's going on? Do you have any big plans for the weekend? Since it's your birthday, maybe I should come out to Philly.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Amanda and I are going out to dinner tomorrow night, and then we have just getting together with some friends at a bar. It's typical on a Saturday night. So
on Saturday, where anywhere near the train station, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean it's a little walk or like probably a $5 to $10 cab ride.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I will look into it. Okay, so that's pretty much does it for this week, folks.